You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, Aksyon Demokratiko Chairman Ernest Ramel. Ernest, welcome back to The Source and thank you so much for your time.
Hi, good morning. Thank you very much, Pinky, and thank you for good morning to all the viewers.
So, how did you feel watching Saturday's presidential debate? This estate taxes of the Marcoses came to fore. And just to give a little bit of background here, it was really the Aksyon Demokratiko, your presidential candidate, Isko Moreno, who really started questioning BIR. Are you collecting the 203 billion estate taxes from the Marcoses?
Well, yes, actually, it was even before I wrote the letter with the BIR and Vic Rodriguez chimed in about some legal jargons with all this English I call it mabulaklaking English sa mga sagot.
Opo.
Mayor Isko Moreno started the ball rolling about the 200 billion. So I found it as an obligation for me as party chair to also help him push this agenda. And when I pushed this through a press con, the day after that, Attorney Vic Rodriguez answered in behalf of Marcos Jr., saying that the PCGG and BIR had actually an agreement about this estate tax. So what we did was we wrote the BIR and the PCGG. And the first to answer was PCGG, rebuffing Attorney Vic Rodriguez, saying na mali yung kanyang premise na dahil under litigation ito, hindi nakatigil, hindi pwedeng maghabol at hindi pwedeng sumingil. And then the day after that, the BIR also answered saying, yes, we issued a demand letter last December 2nd, 2021, which means there is unpaid estate tax here that needs to be collected for them to write a demand letter. In fact, today, since many reporters are also asking me if we have a copy of said demand letter, we will also again write the BIR to ask for a copy of the said demand letter. If not furnished to us, probably publicize it through media outlets.
So this one we're showing right now, I'm not sure if you can see it on television. It actually says that, the signatory is Cesar Dula here, no? Sinasabi po nila, ito po yung sagot nila sa tanong ninyo eh. So sinabi nga nila,
that's right.
Nagpadala kami ng sulat ng demand letter sa Marcos heirs, December 2, 2021, regarding these tax liabilities. So basically, what do you want now? The original demand letter?
Yes, we'd like to see that. So, because it's not only the curiosity of the party, but the curiosity of the other reporters are asking me, did you get a copy of the said demand letter? So I think I was on the line of presumption of regularity since they did say that it sent. So I take their word for it. But
so
however,
you did not. So you accepted this letter and said you presumed regularity, that there indeed was a demand letter, basically. Ernest, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
So now, what are you going to do? You're going to write them and ask for the original demand letter?
Just to satisfy the curiosity. Even I'm sure the public would like to see it. I'm sure. Did they really write or what's in there as well?
How was it worded? Diba? How was it worded?
Actually, it's being drafted as we speak at the moment.
No, I'm sorry. You were talking about the demand letter, supposedly. The BIR.
Yes, how was it worded? Yes,
how it was worded.
As well.
Ano yung laman nung kanilang demand letter? Okay, so ngayong araw nyo po ito ipapadala sa BIR. And
yes.
How long did it take for them to answer you the first time?
Actually, it just took, I think, 3 days at most. The BIR answered 2 days after. The PCGG answered 2 days after, and then BIR answered 3 days after.
And just to make that clear again, yung sinasabi po ni Attorney Vic, you were saying a while ago that there's an agreement that this is going to be held for a bit because the properties are still under litigation. The PCGG said there's no such agreement.
They did say there was a verbal agreement way back in 2003, but it doesn't include those who are under litigation. So the BIR is free to go after all the properties that are not supposed to be part of this agreement. And again, that was a verbal agreement way back in 2003. So the BCGG is also saying that right now, it doesn't hold any water, and the BIR should collect.
Because that's what I wanted to ask next. What is the
Yes.
value of a verbal agreement?
There's none. Actually, no. You could ask all the lawyers. Even Justice Scarpio found it laughable to have such.
Okay.
Let me also add, if I may, Pinky, what I'm afraid of, if Marcos luckily wins this election, we're not only losing 203 billion, assuming, and I'm assuming he won't ask his own BIR to collect from them. No? We are also losing another 125 billion from the PCGG's cases under litigation right now. There's a probability that Marcos will abolish the PCGG. So we will be losing 328 billion pesos, not just 203. And this is a lot of money in the time of that we are heavily indebted. The country needs a lot of money to get to tide over our constituents, ang mga Pilipino, makalagpas sa pandemya, sa oil surge, at kung ano-ano pa mga challenges.
Yeah. You know what I wanted to ask you, Ernest? What was the motivation with regards to this estate taxes? Or let me rephrase that. How did it come to fore? Because if it's been there a while, why was it just brought up recently?
Yeah, it's been there a while. And kasi when Mayor Isko was doing his listening tours and we're doing his sorties, he was thinking of paano pa ba natin matutulungan yung mga kababayan natin dahil nga biglang taas ang presyo ng mga bilihin, biglang taas ang presyo ng crudo. So nag-iisip siya kung paano ba ano pang pwede natin maibigay sa mga kababayan natin. And we thought about this 203 billion na uncollected tax na easily ayuda, di ba, para sa ating mga kababayan.
Yeah, but who whispered that to Mayor Isko?
Nobody whispered that to Mayor Isko. It was his own idea to go after it. I think it has always been the back of his mind. Even before the campaign started last year, we were talking about things about the Marcoses. And this is one of the things that was brought up by even himself. No? He remembers very well the GR 120880. He even mentioned that during one of our meetings. So he knows this at the back of his mind. And I think nakita niya na napaka-importante, imperative ito sa panahon ngayon na masingil na.
This, of course, was a topic, as I mentioned a while ago, during the presidential debate. And then, sabi nga, here is Mayor Isko Moreno na nagpatama sa isang pamilya without mentioning the name of the family, puts in the amount that is supposedly owed to government, 203 billion. You have Calyodi saying, supporting Mayor Isko. And then you had Senator Ping Lacson. Ang sabi pa ni Senator Ping is, bakit ayaw? But ayaw kolektahin, ang sinabi niya. Thank you. And then also Vice President Leni Robredo. What were your thoughts while this was happening?
Well, I was present at Sofitel and I was really cheering them on. I mean, it's a good thing that Mayor Isko was able to put that into the conversation. Wala naman yan dapat dun eh. It wasn't even part of the question. It was just, he thought when Calyodi was saying na kailangan ng ayuda ng ating mga kababayan, dinugtong niya na yon. And also, he cleverly inserted that during the talk about fake news. Kasi noong Biyernes, sinabi ni Ferdinand Marcos Jr., sa isang interview sa isang kapihan na sabi niya, these are all fake news. So ano po ang fake news dito? Fake news ba yung sinabi ng Supreme Court? Fake news ba yung sinabi ng BIR at PCGG? At ngayon, even our own Department of Finance is saying na dapat kolektahin din itong pera na ito. So Mr. Marcos and Attorney Vic Rodriguez, ano po ang fake news dito?
Former BIR Commissioner Kim Henares in a Facebook post says that the failure to file estate taxes opens these persons to possible criminal liabilities that's supposed to be under Section 119 of the tax code. Is this something that could be pursued?
I think so. Alam niyo kasi po, isa pa sa mga pinapakalat sa social media ng Marcos camp, no, ng kanilang mga trolls at ng kanilang propaganda machine, kung may mga kasalanan itong mga Marcos, bakit hindi nakukulong? Kung pwede naman magkaroon ng criminal liability because of avoidance to pay these taxes, bakit hindi natin habulin at siguro bigyan ng jail time? Kasi sabi nga ni Mayor Scott during that debate, yung ang sinasabi nagnakaw allegedly ng 6 na kilong mangga nakulong. Ito pa kayang bilyon-bilyon ang pinag-uusapan po nating halaga ng pera. Bakit hanggang ngayon nag-e-enjoy ng kanilang pamumuhay?
As a last point I'd like to make, I saw an analysis of columnist John Nerino, and then he said that there are a number of candidates who did well, but he specifically said that Mayor Isko had the strongest performance. As mentioned a while ago, he not in these specific words, but he said that he attacked the Marcoses without being so aggressive and without naming the Marcoses, although it was clear kung sino yung kanyang pinatatamaan. Yung tanong ko po, last question is this: Mayor Isko is still at number 10 with 10 percentage points. Are you number 3? I'm sorry. Yes, I said number 3 with 10 percentage points.
Number
Opo, sa latest Pulse Asia. I must have said something different. And why are his numbers, you think, not doing too good? Because medyo malayo po yun. Si Marcos nasa 60, si Leni Robredo nasa 16 or 15 during the last survey, and then Mayor Isko number 3 at 10 percentage points.
It's a good thing you brought this up, ano? Kasi we've been tracking our own numbers internally. No? I suppose all serious presidential candidates do this. So we've been tracking our numbers on almost weekly basis, and we're closer to the Manila Bulletin Tangere survey, where we're already second at around 23-24%. At last week, I think we already increased to 26. Marcos from 60% in January in this Tangere survey has declined to 48.
Okay.
And our own numbers also indicate that it's already down to around 46. So the gap is really closing in. And we should not forget, all surveys, including Pulse Asia's, is showing that the top second choice is Mayor Isko Moreno. So if those who are switching from Marcos to another candidate, those who are thinking of switching from Marcos, their first thought of their first choice of candidate is Mayor Isko Moreno.
Okay.
So we see a probability that if this trend continues, it will be a Marcos Jr. Isko Moreno fight in the end.
All right. Aksyon Demokratiko Chairman Ernest Ramel, thank you so much for your time. And
thank you very much, Pinky. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.